Hello. Have you ever watched a movie, a TV show, or read a book where the floorboards creaked, but not from the on-screen character? Or maybe the villain jumps out of the closet with the intent of making you jump through the ceiling and requiring an expensive home repair. I hope you had insurance on both your roof and your head. I don't worry about that, see? But then you realize, I've seen that kind of thing before. And now, after untold amount of holes in the roof, you've learned to either install padding on the ceilings, wear a helmet, or maybe not be scared anymore. That's because you've seen it all, or maybe not. Because I'm going to talk to you today about how to create suspense without overusing cliches. So let's start with reveal just enough to create dread. You do this by not hiding everything from the reader, but give them just enough so they know slightly more than the characters. This could be along the lines of a detective who trusts the witness, but earlier that witness was shown burning bloody clothes. The conversation becomes tense because the reader will be waiting for the collision. You will therefore be creating anticipation and not surprise. Number 2, emotional stakes versus physical danger. Suspense doesn't always need to be guns blazing, high-speed chases, or someone being kidnapped. Some other ideas for creating suspense are someone about to lose custody of their child. A secret relationship is about to be exposed, waiting for DNA results, or a recovering addict is tempted to relapse, and they're just, oh, what do I do? I don't want to do blah, blah, blah. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, emotional consequences can really grab your reader and pull them in. Number 3, smart choices, but they still fail. This is something similar to the bumper sticker or meme or whatever. Heard that about how you eat right, you exercise regularly, you die anyway. Well, maybe we don't have to go quite that severe, but sometimes we do everything right, or at least do nothing wrong, and everything still goes down the toilet. You don't want the cliche of a character doing stupid or being stupid just to keep the tension alive. Have your character lock the doors, call for backup, and double check evidence. But despite all that, it all goes wrong anyway, at least before the end of the story. It can make your story more frightening and realistic because high intelligence wasn't enough. Number 4, use silence. Suspense does not need to be constant action. Silence can be fun. Real in-depth video on this a while back. The link for that video will be in the description. But some shortened ideas for using silence are: a suspect suddenly stops texting back. A noisy apartment goes quiet. A witness answers every question except for one. And finally, on this part, a character notices that nobody in the cafe is speaking, but they notice that too late. Without expected behavior, you now have a different sort of tension. Number 5, delay information. Naturally, instead of having a character say something like this, I saw something terrible, but then she doesn't give away any explanation or divulge that terrible thing she saw, have a character be interrupted before she can explain. She doesn't understand or believe what she saw. The fear of not being believed and the truth could be difficult to say out loud due to a past trauma or the trauma of seeing whatever it is that terrible thing was. Your readers will know when they are being manipulated, so don't do that. Don't quit writing, remember that. Number 6, time pressure that feels personal. The old ticking time bomb is an age-old storytelling technique used in thrillers, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a bomb. You could try something like this. A father has one night before social services removes his daughter. So he's got to prove that he is a fit father for that child. A podcaster has until the execution date to prove innocence of a man who's about to be executed. And maybe a cop must solve the case before a corrupt superior buries the evidence. If you make it personal, it will feel more urgent. But if you want to do that bomb thing in your story, then maybe have it on a plane the child of the hero is flying on. Number 7, safety is temporary. This is powerful if you give the audience relief but then undermine it. Consider doing something like this. The protagonist gets home safely and breathes a sigh of relief. They have a shower to relax. When they sit down with a cup of tea, they notice that the magazines on the coffee table have been moved, or perhaps their phone that they put on the kitchen table is now on the living room floor. Number 8, use conflicting goals in conversation. Every character wants something, even if it's just a glass of water. For me, I want my cup of coffee. But the problem with that is in a conversation would be too easy to resolve. So instead of that, have a detective who wants information, but the witness refuses to give any information until they are under protection. As in, you don't say, I will not give any information until you give me your glass of water, because, well, then that's just very easy to solve that, isn't it? So, give me under witness protection. But also, you don't want to have characters say exactly what they mean. This will give tension without the need for a chase scene or those big fight scenes, unless you want to write one anyway. Number 9, let readers worry about the character's choices. This is the situation in a story where you are about ready to jump through the pages of the screen and grab the person by the lapels and give them a shake while you shout, "Don't do that, ya fool!" You don't need to have the character do something because they're stupid, but maybe they were exhausted and grieving. Angry or exhausted. The first one should have been desperate and grieving, angry or exhausted. Anything that would have them in a negative frame of mind, that would have them make a bad choice. Number 10, use specific details versus scary writing. A cliche shows up in vague language. Stuff like a terrifying feeling, pure evil, her blood ran cold. Maybe she was angel on the centerfold, who knows. But anyway, but if you give specific details, it will feel more real. So try things like this. His hand trembled enough to make the coffee ripple. The voicemail replayed on its own before it was halfway through. The child in the photo had his eyes. That's bizarre, isn't it? Anyway, you can see there that concrete details create stronger unease. Number 11, use uncertainty versus constant threats. Readers don't always need to know who the villain is, if the threat is real, or who can be trusted. This creates suspense because readers will keep trying to mentally solve the puzzle. This was done really well in the movie and book Mystic River, because you're always thinking it was his character they pointed to, one of the 3 friends. Read the book and watch the movie, it'll be really good. Number 12, internal state is part of the suspense. You can make the fear more interesting if you mix it in with guilt, denial, obsession, hope, shame, and exhaustion. You can have your character cover up a mistake while he's pursuing a killer. This creates tension because failure will mean exposure as well as danger. Number 13, end with emotional questions, not always cliffhangers. You don't always have to end every chapter or scene with the gun shot rang out, or someone falls off a cliff and you're looking down. Probably not going to survive that one. If they do, it's going to really hurt like a you-know-what. You can do things like this. Why did she lie about where she was? He finally understood who the victim reminded him of. Well, who did it remind him of? She now wondered if her husband was afraid of her. The mystery here can pull the reader in just as easily as danger. Number 14, use environment as pressure, not decoration. You don't want your setting to become some ho-hum thing where you can plop your characters into and it'll be just like where they regardless and won't have any effect on the story. Instead, you want the location to actively complicate things. This could be a crowded ferry, subway, or anything like that, which will enable the criminal to walk free, unnoticed by the other background characters. And the detective chasing them is looking around. Where are they? Where are they? Oh my god, I can't believe they got away again! A snowstorm cuts off emergency responders. And a children's birthday party where the cop recognizes a wanted criminal, but they are conflicted with whether or not they should arrest that person because that wanted criminal is the mother or father of the 6-year-old birthday girl, and that would really ruin that child's birthday. So maybe have it like in that Al Pacino movie, Harry flashes a colonel badge and says, well, I'll catch you later. Come up with an ordinary setting. Put it under stress, and this will be far more original than the abandoned warehouse. 15. Suspense is about questions. You want your reader asking, what happens next? What is being hidden? Who can be trusted? Will this person make it? And what will it cost them? All this can help you avoid cliches. And that's all I've got for you today. I hope you liked the video and that it helps you with your own writing. If not, let's keep that a secret, shall we? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments what subject matter you would like me to cover in future videos. Have a great day and a great week. I will see you in 7 days. So long.